Hello everyone. Once again, I make pay your attention to our official YouTube channel Path Ultima. Today the channel is talking about one country. The country is known as the heart and soul of Islamic Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is one of the Middle Asian country, and the square feet they have 21 lakh square feet like in the Middle East, and they are the country are one of the most richest country in around the world. When you look that overall kingdom of Saudi Arabia, they just within very short period of time they just getting more popular because of their planning, their dedication and authority who just behind for them. And Saudi Arabia, when you just look at the past of the Saudi Arabia, 1930, before the 1930, they just live with a normal life. How they just surrounding Arabic countries where they just living, especially about they just selling the dates and how farming and how to agriculture anything. They don't saw anything like that. And the thread mark just happening, the total impact from happening from 1931. The authority they just identify about inside of their precious soil taken the production of the plenty of oil. See, before they just know anything know about that one. From 1931, they just realize that one, the inside of their soil they should be have precious of oil. So during that time when they were very lucky, so definitely we have to say about they're very lucky during that there should be a standing of the equipments of that how it's measured and how it is converted that oil. See, at the time should be had the beginning rest of the any countries already studied. So for their leg they just get a whole infrastructure and everything how they just be it. So from 1933 they just started with the oil of California. They just tie up with Associated for California and just organized one company that is none other Aramco. So from after 1947 they just starting the just reproductions of the oil. So we know that at the time there should be a record for all country the oil mostly just using for not only for the automobiles or vehicle, the all the matter, all the thing they just a necessary fact that's oil. So 1949 they just started the first they just make one at the 5 each day. Each day they just have to 5 lakh barrel per day. So that's what their beginning of the plan. But once they just be officially be started in 1940 that each day they just convert to take the oil for more than 1 lakh per day panel. Right? So after that's could be getting successful in 1951 they just be started an authority and the board they just decide make a one tab line. That's a huge tab line. So that they're using the tab line. There's 3 countries, the countries which are near the Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, Sister and Jordan, they just touch and passing. So that's finally the end line should be ending near the parasite of ocean. It's kilometer 1750 kilometer from away. So they know just need about this one because the oil that just be passing through these countries. So they have to associate with whether they just get willing to pass this whole thing. In 1954, they tried to just they have to plan that per day 10 lakhs per day. So last time they just 1949 they just took for only 5 lakh per day. From then they just moved to 1954. They decided to change that to 10 lakh. So after getting some by 1970 then there should be a one big crisis happen in Saudi Arabia, especially about the fight against none other than Israel. So the Arabic country tried to fight against Israel country. At the time that's United States America, they just supporting and help to none other than Israel. So what the rulers who kingdom Saudi Arabia they just want give us some kind of punishment or some kind of against to the United States of America Israel. How they just be? It's not just going to they have bio war or civil war or any kind of what they done because the United States are one of the biggest country, one of the developing country. They just need more oil from Kingdom of Saudi. So Saudi have 80% of their country income by the oil. So what they just did that time, before the civil war, the normal rate for 1 barrel they have to only pay $3, right? So then they just have to pay for 1 barrel per $12. Suddenly they just increase it 4% of more. So normally the United States outsiders they just pay more $3. So they just to require they have to pay more about that one. So Saudi it's one of the among country that's they just be how the country 5 countries that's be part of OPEC, that's including their neighbor country Kuwait and Switzerland and 3 countries. So they just be reunited from that in 1980. From 1981 they just be the 100 million US dollar they just increase it. It means they just be GDP, gross domestic product of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Before they just only have from that time 184 million US dollar. It should be doubled more than. So what we're just expecting they getting more than that. So Saudi just have the domination for the Delhi, but they just not completely depending on the. So in 1986 they just be tried to decrease the rate, because when the supply is demanded but increase and they try to increase, but if you try to just increase the plenty about their expectant, that should be how lower rate. From 1986 they just be try to increase for 40%. It's to 1 barrel they have to pay $36. So in 1988 from Aramco it's just not only that, so they want to be a complete powerization in the Aramco. So while in 1990 Saudi, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia become the one country which complete of sovereign. So because they have 80% of profit they getting from the oil, right? But they just want to looking for a new visionary. That's what going to be happen in the future. So in our country, especially I'm from India, so we were starting our 1950s, we even got the independence from the British. Our first minister Jawaharlal Nehru started a 5-year plans, right? The same from 1970 onwards, the Kingdom of Saudi, the rulers, they just diverted the 5 phases of 5-year planet. That's not only one thing, the 5 phases of 5-year planets. So that's we exploited everywhere, right? So to be honest, I just want to say that still the Saudi they just not demanding about any kind of supplies. They just be have still domination, but they just looking for a future also, right? So we will continue the continuance about the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Past we already discussed the present and what is going to be the future. Thank you so much.